everybody. Good morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you happen to be watching me from. My name is Sally Roper and I'm coming to you from sunny, you can see in the background, sunny Jamaica. And it's a beautiful tropical day. We are experiencing a lot of thunderstorms in the afternoon, but this morning is nice and clear, blue skies, and it's just a glorious day. I'm going to do it, you guessed it, another kiln unloading. And call me a glutton for punishment. I have been using my 391 clay and I've been having mixed results. And somebody asked me to make some mugs using that clay, so I went back to the drawing board. It just makes a god-awful mess of my wheel and my surrounding work area. So when I use my 391 clay, I do it in batches and then I take a day and clean it all up and then I don't touch it again for another little while. So I revisited it. I used different glazing techniques this time in hopes to get better results. So this is going to be a very interesting kiln opening. When I propped the lid to bring down the heat a little bit, because it was at about 200 degrees when I woke up this morning, so I just propped the lid a little bit. And now it's at 100. It's now at 140. So I'm wearing my gloves because the pieces in the shelves are still a bit warm, and I'm just going to safety first protect myself. But in propping up the lid, I've already seen a major disaster in one of the tall lamps that I make. So no further ado, I'm going to get to the opening. Now, just to let you know that in using my 391 clay, what I did a little bit differently this time was that after I trimmed the pieces, on some of the pieces I lined just the outside with a BMix slip. I just took BMix, old BMix slop, and I watered it down. I put it through a talisman sieve and got it to a great, like a slip material. And then I brushed it with Hakame brush, and I brushed it on the outside. Some of them I brushed inside and outside. So that's going to make a bit of a difference on how the glaze has come out on some of these pieces. I also have BMix pieces in here, so we have a combination of both. So I'll go through all of that, tell you what I did, how I did it, and hopefully you can copy my successes and avoid my mistakes. So one of the things I did, and I'm really happy. This is Opulence Eggshell, and when I made my latest batch of Eggshell, I think I put in too much water, and unfortunately with Opulence glazes, if the specific gravity is too low, it means you have too much water. And so what I did was, I hadn't used the glaze for a couple of weeks and it had settled a little bit, so I got a sponge and I sponged off quite a lot of water. And anyway, I dipped this for about 3 seconds in, and I've got my glaze back. So I'm really, really happy with the results of this and the look of this, just the beauty of Eggshell. This has come out perfectly, and I'm really, really, really happy with it. So this is 10 inches tall. And it is one of my signature pieces, and I have a pair of them. So I have a second one, and this is commissioned work. So anyway, it's going to go off to its new owner, hopefully today, because I'm off. I have a trip that I'm taking tomorrow, and coming back on Tuesday. So studio is down for a few days. So here's my disaster. I'm really kind of upset by this. So this is what it is supposed to look like, and this is what it has turned out looking like. And I'll tell you what I did. This one, this one is from a previous fire, and what I did was I dipped the vase into black. Then I turned it upside down and I dipped it into the green, and the green on top of the black gives me this blue. The green on the bare clay gives me this lovely sea spray green. So this is what I was hoping to get, was this combination. Let me put it this way. This combination of this beautiful blue and the black. Now I'm also having a little bit of trouble with my sea spray, and I'm going to resolve that before I use it again. So this time I decided, I did a full dip in the black, which is what the customer wanted. They wanted it just black and blue with none of the green. So then I turned it upside down and I dipped it into the green. Then what I did is I let it dry. When it was no longer shiny, I just did another second dip, a really quick dip. And as it was drying, I could just see something going wrong. And it's just started to kind of like bubble in the drying process. And I thought, oh God, I'm in trouble. But I couldn't touch it because it was still pretty wet. So I let it dry for a couple of hours, and then I took it and I rubbed it, and I thought, well, okay, I think I might have saved this. I haven't. The top is horrible and ugly. I have a lot of the glaze coming off the pot. In the midsection, and I don't understand it because it was done identical to the top, but in the midsection I am getting that blue that I was looking for. But the top, I just don't know what went wrong just in the top. But anyway, I'm not giving up on the process. I have some, I still have some dry. Remember, I dipped my glaze. I have dipping glazes. So I have some dry, and I'm going to reformulate my green and get it to a better consistency. And I'm going to have to remake these, which is really too bad. I will try and sell them. Somebody will like it. They will like the fact that it's all splotchy and blotchy up top. To a potter, that's a huge boo-boo fault and whatever, but to somebody who's just buying it for artistic sake, they're going to like it. And they're probably going to buy it because of that issue. So it happened on both of them. So very disappointed, but it can, there'll be a recovery. So hopefully that's the worst of what I can expect in this kiln load. But what I did this time is I used some Amico brushing glazes on my 391, which I haven't done in the past. Well, I have. Anyway, this is this is satin Oribe, which is an Amico glaze. And I did use the white slip on the inside, but not the outside. So here's the difference. That's what the outside looks like. And it's bringing out the grays that's in satin Oribe. And then the white, I did have the BMix slip, and it has, it's come pretty true to what I expect the Oribe to look like. So this is a win. And you can see the black clay, and there's my signature. There you can see it there. That's my signature on the back. These are a gift for somebody. And I have 4 of them. So slight crack on the bottom, and it has actually come through on very slightly in the middle. I'll let them know that. Unfortunately, it's a set. And just not to put any liquid in it, and it'll be good to go. And here's the 4th one. And I don't have time to remake them. I'm away this weekend, home for a week, and then I'm off for a month. I'm off to Italy for a month. So this is a gift for them. Okay. So this is the same piece. And this is just Chun Blue. And again, I use the BMix slip on the inside, but not on the outside. So look at the difference. There's just as Chun Blue on the raw clay. And I have more pieces in the kiln like this. And then this is it over the white slip that I have. A little more cracking on the inside, on the bottom. But it hasn't come through the glaze, so it should be pretty good. It hasn't come through to the top side. And I have 4 of these. Again, they look the same. Just Chun Blue, BMix slip on the inside, just the natural, the glaze naturally on the clay on the outside. So I actually do like the contrast. So that's that. So wanted to show you kind of, oh, these are some fun pieces here. So this is dipped just Chun blue just dipped into just Chun blue. And this is using Jessica Putnam Phillips's Monstera leaf rolling pin. And I just made these little trays. They're not very big. They're octagons, and then they're probably an inch. So they're 4 inches by about half an inch. And I like how the glaze broke over the design. When you put your finger, there's a little bit of texture and a little bit of feeling on it, but it's pretty good. That's a win. And I made 3 of those. And here's the third one, and the third one is the best one. That one came out really, really nicely. You can see the texture, and yeah, that's a winner. That turned out exactly as I had hoped. I dip my pieces in paraffin wax. I have it paraffin wax in a electric fry pan, and then I just dip the bottoms in. So that's how come I'm able to get a really crisp line on the bottom of these pots. I have a video, I think, on doing that. So you're going to have to bear with me. I have a little wedding favor. These are just tiny little dishes. This is made with Laguna's Sybil Speck. It is their speck clay, and then this is Opulence marshmallow poured in the inside, and then just turned upside and dipped. I have the initials. It's a wedding favor, so I have the initials pressed into the cup. This is how they wanted it. They're not very big. They're going to be holding matches. But anyway, I don't think anybody watching this video is going to be going to that wedding, so I haven't spilled the beans. But anyway, I have 100 of these to unload. So if you want to fast forward through a little bit, just to avoid seeing me just back and forth, you can. It'll take me a couple of minutes to unload them, and they just came out perfect. So I'm just trying to think of what I can talk to you about. Yeah, so I'm off to Italy in September, and I'm going with my best friends from university. We've managed to keep our friendship going for all the decades after graduating, and we're doing a group tour, and then when that finishes, I'm flying up to Milan. I have a nephew who lives in Milan, and I'm going to be spending 10 days with my sister-in-law and nephew, and I'm really super excited. It's something that I've wanted to do for a couple of years now. And it's happening finally, which is really exciting. Still just more of these cups. And the weather lately has been pretty iffy. A lot of thunderstorms, tropical thunderstorms. Okay. Get these out of the way. All right. So I give my shelf a little bit of a wiggle. Okay, I'm not really liking what I'm seeing, but let's just go with it. This is my last layer, so again, just bear with me another minute while I take these out. But they'll be super thrilled with these. I'm glad to have it. The wedding is not until not until November, but you know how time flies when you're a potter, and all of a sudden we're starting now to think about things to make for Christmas, and it's only August. And since I will lose probably 5 or 6 weeks out of the next, well, definitely at least 6 weeks out of the next couple of months, that's a lot. Okay, down to the second last. Okay, All right, so these are some pasta bowls that I made out of the 391. This is a full dip in, let me start over. I used the BMix slip on the inside after I trimmed it. I bisque fired it, and then I did a full dip in the same eggshell, this same glaze here, and the inside of this bowl are the same, but clearly the black from the 391 clay is coming through a little bit, which is actually really pretty. I kind of like it. And again on the outside, and this time I did blue rutile. Now if you remember, I had trouble with blue rutile the last time when I did it, but I was hoping that over the eggshell I would get truer color. It's not translating very well in how I have my camera set up, but I'm going to go outside, and it's done exactly what blue rutile should, and maybe I'll take you out there in the sun and show you it, but right now it looks really, really dark, but the blue is pretty popping pretty nicely. And I have a set of these, so I have four of these bowls. The inside, again, that's a BMix slip on the inside, not the outside, a full dip in eggshell after bisque firing, and then 4 coats of blue rutile on the outside. Maybe if I back it up a little bit, you can see that the blue is really there. It's just my lighting and the way I have this set up to film is not doing this any favors. But it is a lot nicer in person than it is. We're halfway down. All right. I like what I'm seeing. So this is a commissioned order, and I have 12 of these. This is the Chun blue, no slip on the inside and on the outside of it directly on the 391 clay. And there's my handle. Now, if you remember, if you look back on or scroll back into my YouTube channel and my YouTube videos, you'll see very recently I did how I attached the handle. And I can't say that this is the exact mug in my demo, but you can see how beautifully the glaze is with the handle and the way I attached it. So you can always go back and look and see how I did that. And I have a baker's dozen of these. I have 12. They ordered 12, and I have the 12 and a spare. Again, they turned out really consistent. I knew exactly what they would look like, and they have turned out exactly as I expected. I have extruded handles with 2 little ridges, and I really love the way the glaze breaks over the ridge in the handle. That's a really nice effect, which is why I chose that design, because I knew it would do that. Anyway, again, the inside, yeah, maybe if I just do this and swing this, you can see a little bit better the color of the inside. Well, it's pretty much the same color as the outside. There's no reason for it to be any different. Okay, just a couple of more of those to pull out. And I have some mugs in here to talk about. I'm really kind of warm. I have a fan blowing on me. I don't know if you can hear it, but it's not helping. And it's a very warm day, and in the kiln, I'm glowing. Horses sweat, men perspire, women glow. So I'm glowing a little bit. Okay. So this is the same Chun. This is the same Chun with BMix slip on the inside and outside. I took the BMix slip just down to there. So the bottom is the Chun blue on the raw clay, and and then the inside. So I did the BMix slip on the inside, the outside, not the handle, and not the bottom maybe inch. And I like it. This is a really pretty mug. And I have two of them because I was experimenting. These were test mugs and they've turned out really nicely. Okay, so I'm revisiting. This was eggshell on the inside and it came out much like it's hard to tell. It came out much like, sorry, somebody keeps trying to call me. Well, it's not somebody, it's my daughter. But I just have to let it go. Anyway, this is, it looks the same on the inside. So it's eggshell on the inside. And then this is dipped on the outside into Opulence Cherry Blossom. It's a really pretty pink. It's a very nice glaze. And maybe if I back off a little bit, you can see it. I just wanted you to see, again, it's one of their reduction look glazes. All right. Okay, I got some run. Thank God for advancer shelves. I got some run, which I will grind off. This is rhubarb, which is a coyote glaze. So again, Opulence eggshell on the inside, and rhubarb on the outside. It ran. I just held it in there for probably about 2 or 3 seconds. But I did get a lot of run, which was unusual. I wasn't expecting that. Anyway, I'm okay on the bottom of this one, but this one, it stuck to the shelf, the advancer shelf, so I will have to grind that off if I want to try and save this mug. So a little unexpected. I wasn't expecting the rhubarb to do that, but it seems to maybe have run off the handle because this runoff seems to be stemming from the handle. So just an extra buildup of clay, but that's I can't say an easy fix. It is fixable. Now the last one is a revisit. Last glaze I did the Jess Black Copper on just the bare clay, and I really didn't like how I turned out. So I thought, well, let me just try it with the slip. Again, Opulence eggshell on the inside. Looks kind of robin's egg bluish, but that's what eggshell does when it's on dark clay or darker clay. It goes blue. But I'm really happy with how this turned out. I think I'm going to take this when I finish. I'm going to, if I remember, because I always say that and then I forget to do what I say I'm going to do. I'm going to take it outside and we're just going to look at it in the sunlight. But that's going to be, I think that's going to be really pretty. And I have two of those. So there's the second one. So I'm a lot happier with how this turned out than on the bare clay. So definitely, if I use the black copper on top of this 391 clay again, I will definitely use a slip. I like how that one turned out. Okay. Now, lucky me, I have advancer tools, and you can see where that rhubarb ran onto my pot, but I just lifted it straight off with no problem. I have their advancer's tool to clean that, which I'll do when this dries. So that's no problem. Okay. Just a couple of more pieces. This is the big bowl, maybe the serving bowl to the set of the smaller pasta bowls. Again, blue on the outside. Can't show it to you very well in this light, but it's bigger than the other bowls. You can see the difference in size. So this would be like a serving dish maybe, or a salad bowl to go with the pasta bowls, or salad bowls, whatever you want. Whatever you want to use them. Why I make them is not why people buy them and use them. And that's okay. So again, the last of the 4 pasta bowls. I won't explain how I did it because I've done that already. Again, it looks very, very dark, but we're going to just quickly take it outside and I'll show it to you in the light. All right. I have a few more of these cups in here, which I won't take out. The last thing to show you is I did some test tiles. So this is the, boy, it's not showing up nicely at all. Let me see if I can get to better light. No, that's not going to work either. Sorry about that, everybody. I don't have a very fancy setup here. So this is the black copper on the 391 clay. And this is cherry blossom, opulence cherry blossom, and that's it on BMix, and this is it on the 391. And I have a little bit of texture on it, so if you just do a single dip, it will show the texture, which is kind of nice, because it is not necessarily a translucent glaze. Here's the textured side of my test tile. And you can see how the texture shows up. And that's it. So I want to thank you all very much for joining me. Oh yes, we are going to take those pieces outside. So let me try and see if, bear with me while I take off my camera. And we're going to go outside here, and I'm going to show you, if I can, how pretty. I can't see, so there we go. There, you can see, now this shows it off so much better than inside. Oh, look. A peacock. I hope you can see her. Little baby. She has 2 little babies. She comes down and visits me every morning. So, oh, I've got my hand covering the camera. So back to what we were talking about. So there it is in the sunlight, and you can see the metallic reflection, not reflection. I can't even think of the word I'm looking for. But anyway, this turned out really, really nice. So I'm really happy. And let me get this bowl and show you the blue rutile. So now you can see how the blue really pops when you get it out of my garage lighting, which is really poor. And that's what it looks like on the inside. So yeah, so there you have it. So I want to thank you all very much. And while I do my salutations on the end, I'll just take you around, which I keep meaning to do. This is my my studio where I work. I have my kiln in a different area. There's my wheel. Some pieces that I'm working on. I'll finish those up today because I won't be here for the next few days. And so this is my view. This is where I live, and I'm very, 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 very lucky to have this as my view. So I'm going to end the video on this note, and you can just enjoy some of the splendor of a tropical day in paradise. If you like this video, please hit the like button, and if you subscribe, if you haven't subscribed already, please feel free to subscribe to my channel. I do a lot of kiln unloadings, and I'm starting to do now a couple of the technical way in which I do my pots. So thank you all very much for joining me. Enjoy the rest of your day. Bye-bye.